All right, let me ask you something. What if you could quit your job tomorrow, never work another day in your life, and just live comfortably with only $500,000 in the bank? Sounds like a total fantasy, right? Well, let's see about that.
Most people would hear that and just say, no way, that's impossible. But, and this might shock you, they're completely wrong. And we're going to break down exactly why. Okay, so it all starts with tearing down this massive myth, the one that keeps so many of us chained to our desks, running on that corporate treadmill for decades longer than we actually have to.
So, when you ask people, this is the number that pops into their heads. $2 million. I mean, that's a huge, scary number, right? It feels so out of reach that a lot of people just throw their hands up and don't even try. But what if I told you that number is just plain wrong?
So, let's talk about what's actually real. We're talking about a reality where financial freedom isn't some far-off dream. It's way, way closer than all those experts want you to think. See, it's not about hitting some magic number. It's about a complete shift in how you think about money.
And here's the key concept, the whole game changer, financial independence. Forget about being rich with millions just sitting there. This is about your money working for you so you don't have to work for it. It's about creating enough passive income, money that rolls in while you're sleeping, to cover everything you need. That's the real goal.
And look, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky idea. It's math. It's just simple numbers. So let's get into it. Let's break down exactly how this whole thing works.
Okay, so here's our magic number. $500,000. But don't just see it as cash. Think of it as the engine. It's the foundation we're going to build everything on. This is what powers the whole machine.
Now, we put that engine to work. And no, we're not talking about some sketchy, get-rich-quick crypto thing. We're talking about a solid, balanced investment portfolio. A classic mix. S&P 500 index funds, some bonds, the basics. And if you look back at decades of data, a pretty reasonable, even kind of conservative average return is about 8.5% a year. And right here, this is where the magic happens. Do the math. 8.5% of 500 grand is $42,500 a year. That's over $3,500 a month coming in. And get this, you haven't spent a single penny of your original $500,000. It's all still there.
And what's really cool is that you have options. Let's say you're a bit more cautious. Even with a super conservative 5% return, you're still pulling in $25,000 a year. Go with that balanced approach we talked about, and you're making over $42,000. The point is, you get to decide. It's all based on what you're comfortable with.
But honestly, the math is the easy part. It really is. The real secret, the one thing that separates the people who actually do this from everyone else, it's all about how you think. It's a total mindset shift.
Think about it. There are two kinds of people. A consumer spends money and, poof, it's gone. Their goal is to look rich. But an investor, they use their money as a tool to make more money. They build a system that works for them. Their goal isn't to look rich, it's to actually be rich. And that right there is a world of difference.
Okay, so if the math adds up and the strategy is totally solid, then what's stopping people? What's the biggest roadblock? Is it how much money they make? Their job?
Nope, it's not about earning more. The single biggest obstacle is spending less. I mean, think about it. The person who only needs $3 grand a month to be happy is way, way wealthier than the person who needs 10 grand just to keep up. It's all about getting real with yourself about what you truly need versus what you just kind of want.
Let me give you a crazy example. This one, it's pretty staggering. Over an entire lifetime, the average person will spend more money on their cars. We're talking the loans, the insurance, the gas, all of it. More than the 500 grand it would take to be financially free forever. Just let that sink in for a second. That's a choice we're all making.
Because when it comes right down to it, this isn't really about money. I mean, it is, but it isn't. The real prize here, the thing we're actually chasing, is something way more valuable than dollars.
Real wealth? It's about choices. It's the choice to wake up when you want without an alarm clock screaming at you. The choice to finally start that business or just travel the world. It's the ultimate freedom to say no to the stuff you hate and a big yes to the things you love. All right, I know what you're thinking, but what about, right? What about a market crash? What about inflation just eating up all my money? And look, those are totally valid questions. They're the big, scary what-ifs that stop most people in their tracks.
But the thing is, this strategy has buffers built right in. So remember that 8.5% average return we talked about? Well, you don't spend all of it. You live off, say, 6 or 7%. That extra bit, that leftover 2 or 3%, that's the secret sauce. It gets put right back into your investments, so your original $500,000 actually keeps growing, which helps you beat inflation. You're living off the interest, not the principal. So when the market takes a dive, you can just ride it out without selling anything. Your nest egg isn't just sitting there. It's designed to keep getting bigger. So, how do you actually start? How do you take this big idea and make it real? Well, the most important thing is to not get paralyzed by that big $500,000 number. You just have to take that very first step.
And it's simpler than you think. Seriously. Step 1, start small. Just set up an automatic $50 a month investment. That's it. Step 2, go find one subscription you forgot you even had. Cancel it and invest that money instead. And step 3, just start making choices. Really think about what your future self needs versus what your right now self just wants.
And you know, there's one last piece to this puzzle. This whole journey, it's not just about stacking up money. It's really about who you become along the way. You learn discipline, you learn patience, you learn how to be intentional. And trust me, those are skills that make every part of your life better.
So yeah, in the end, $500,000 can buy you freedom. For life. We've gone through the math, we've talked about the mindset, so it's not a question of if it's possible anymore.